Joel Norwood here with Ohio AgNet. Ohio always very well represented traditionally over the years in the national officer space. And this year, Luke Jennings is on the national stage as our National FFA Secretary. And right now, we're talking to Hannah Saum. She's originally from the Amanda-Clearcreek FFA Chapter, but representing Ohio as she vies for a national office herself. Congratulations, Hannah. Thank you so much for joining us here today, and congratulations on making it to Phase 2, which is an accomplishment of its own. First of all, what's going through your mind?
Yeah, right now, a little bit nervous, a little bit hungry. It's been a lot of emotions throughout the week, but certainly at the end of the day, just thankful and grateful to be able to even go through this process. I wasn't sure a few years ago if I would ever find myself here, so now knowing that I get to be a part of that is something I will forever be grateful for.
Right. Not just hungry for food, but for success, right?
Exactly, yes.
Right. Okay. That pun out of the way, let's talk about what has this, first of all, experience been like? You know, what all is entailed in trying to become a national officer?
Yeah, it's quite the long process. So back in June, I had to vie for the candidacy from Ohio itself, so competing against other people to get that. Once I was named Ohio's candidate, then I had to go through an application process along with submitting some videos, and then it was just a lot of months of preparation, learning more about myself, learning more about the organization, about agriculture, things I never thought I would have to learn, but getting a deeper understanding of what this organization means for not only myself, but all the other members. And then this week has put me through a wide variety of interviews, personal interviews, media rounds, stakeholder engagement, today getting to work with members, so lots of incredible opportunities throughout the past few months.
In fact, right after this real world interview, she just came from an interview, which I think those questions were probably a lot more difficult than these ones.
Certainly a little bit, yeah, this is an easy one.
Very good, very good. Let's talk about what has surprised you maybe in this process. What has maybe not caught you off guard, but maybe challenged you a little bit?
Yeah, I think probably one of the biggest things was thinking that I knew a lot about agriculture, and then you get a 7-page list of all of the trending topics that you need to know for the year. And there were some things where I was like, oh yeah, I feel great on this. And then there were others where I was like, ooh, wow, I definitely need to brush up my information a little bit more than that. So just learning all of the vastness that our industry has to offer. It's easy to focus in just one little area of the world that I'm used to growing up in, but there's a lot more to the industry. So learning ways to best represent those has certainly been an interesting and unique part that I wasn't really expecting as we started the process.
Has it changed your perspective about the leadership on the national level of those in the blue corduroy?
It certainly does. You know, it's one thing when you see these people walking around in a blank jacket. It's something you covet, but you don't always think about everything, all the time and commitment that has to go into that. Whether they're speaking with members or engaging with someone in Washington, D.C., they have to know a lot of information. So it certainly taught me to appreciate all of the things that they get to do. It's not just that cool jacket, but everything that it stands for as well.
Yes, the blank jacket is something to be seen. Only a select few get to wear it. All right, tell us about coming into this. What has really been some keystones of your FFA experience? What are some of those things that has really shaped you as a member?
Yeah, I think the first thing was walking into that freshman ag room. I was scared. I wasn't sure exactly where my journey would take me. I remember my advisors having to force me to get on the bus to go to national convention. They made me sleep on an air mattress the first year because the rest of the beds were full. And at that point I was like, wow, what does this even mean? Why am I wearing this jacket? So just getting to appreciate all of those moments. I think the ones most important for me, just getting to talk to the other people in the jacket. We all come from different backgrounds, different opportunities, but the moment we put on this jacket, we have something in common. So being able to experience that with so many different people across the state of Ohio, but also across the country, has been such a rewarding part of this journey.
That's fantastic. Anybody you'd like to thank?
Definitely my parents. My mom and dad would be really mad if I didn't shout them out. Of course, they've done a lot for me, as well as my FFA advisors, Mr. Tilley and Mr. Sharp, and then just Ohio FFA as a whole, always being there to support me, whether here or when I'm at school. They're always there to lend a helping hand whenever I need it.
Very good. Actually, I'll say two more questions here. What does the future look like, either with national office or say beyond that? What do you want to do in ag?
Yeah, ultimately I want to become a large animal veterinarian. So right now I'm in school down at Texas A&M, focusing on getting my animal science degree, but after that the hope and goal is to go to vet school, become a large animal vet, and then ultimately come back home to my hometown to be able to fulfill a little bit of a need that I see there.
Well, we always need more large animal veterinarians. And okay, final question. These younger FFA members out here that we see all over that really take over Indy this week, what advice do you have for them? from where you're standing today?
Try everything. It can be really scary sometimes, and you really have to step outside of your comfort zone. This week has been no comfort whatsoever. Everything has been a new experience, a lot of anxiety and stress in going into it, but ultimately at the end of the day, no matter the result, I know that I have grown a lot as a person. So I encourage those members, whether it's taking a new FFA class that they never thought that they would, trying a new career development event, just stepping out of your comfort zone and trying to push yourself to grow even more as a person.
Hannah Saum of the Amanda-Clearcreek FFA Chapter, we're proud she's representing Ohio on the national stage as she vies for a position as National FFA Officer. She's already advanced to Phase 2, which is an accomplishment in its own, but then we stay tuned for Saturday for the official announcements of the 2025-2026 National Officer team. No matter what happens, Hannah, congratulations to you, and we thank you for your work you put in.
Thank you, Joel.
I'm Joel Norwood for the Ohio AgNet. Thanks for tuning in, and this coverage, of course, brought to you by Wilmington College. More information at wilmington.edu.
We are Wilmington College,
where agricultural experience and learning meet.
The leadership and personal development skills I learned in FFA have allowed me to excel in the classroom and in our campus community.
Out of four-year institutions, Wilmington College provides our students with the most hands-on experience starting year one at the academic farm.
At Wilmington College, the farm is our lab.
Because of Wilmington College, I have grown as a person, professional, and leader.
I've been able to further my education as a first-generation college student.
We are Wilmington College. Hands-on learning, hands-on living.